Hi guys and girls, Emma again, welcome back to the spare room. Welcome to my first Patreon series. It's pretty crazy thing to be doing, and I didn't really think that I'd have time to do it, but I have structured my work day and my workload around actually making this happen, so we're going to have a bit of a go and see what we can do. I don't really like to ask for anything, and I really don't like to ask for money in particular. I'm pretty independent. I have a good job. I have a life that runs along swimmingly. I don't have too many dependents. I have a nice workshop. I have most things that I'm going to need. However, projects like this, they don't cost a lot of money. I would build a lot more of them if I could get back what I spend on them, if that makes any sense at all. So this is the Kenneth Wells stationary and marine engine that I built about 2-3 years ago on YouTube. It was my first real big construction series. I think it went to 26 parts or something. It was a bit crazy, and that's still there. The videos are a bit amateurish and they're kind of pretty basic, and lots have changed since then, and I've got better equipment and so forth and so on. But you don't need a lot to build this little engine. It was written up in this book, which is called Step by Step Metalwork 3, and written by Kenneth Wells, who was an English high school teacher, metalwork teacher. And I think it was printed, first published 1972. So it's a few years ago. And the first part of the book is step by step how to build this for school kids. Great little engine. Very pretty little engine. This has done a lot of miles now. It's starting to get running. It runs pretty quick. It's a real steam engine. I'm not sure it's a kid's toy. It's a big kid's toy. A 10-year-old, probably with supervision, could have a lot of fun with it. And there's a million things that you could make for it. It could have a pulley on it. It could run a windmill or a generator or a merry-go-round. All sorts of things that you could make pretty easily. Good first projects for a lathe if you had a 10-15-year-old. But I've already built one of these. So the other part of the book, and in the back of the book, is this little traction engine. It's an English type toy traction engine. It's got oscillating cylinder. It's just got rubber band drive, so it runs, to be honest, pretty jolly quick. And it's a bit of fun. It's got a proper sprung front end. It's got one wheel drive, so it all turns circles. It's got steering. It's got a canopy that lifts up, and firebox in the back. It's quite a pretty little engine. I made the patterns for this a few years ago out of plywood, and that's the split pattern. Still got one. If anyone wants to build this version instead of the traction engine while they're following along, let me know, because I can put a casting on Etsy or whatever and probably make it available. About 6 months ago, or 8 months ago, I 3D printed these. 3D printing really isn't the answer for pattern making, and this isn't really the place to go into it. But they didn't turn out too bad, and the castings off them really aren't too shabby. They've got really big flash lines, because 3D printing is very difficult to get square edges, and you end up with breakouts. If you have a look, you can see the 3D print texture in the actual casting here. So the foundry works good. It's just the pattern making isn't all that particularly good. Same with these, too many sharp corners. If you spend too much time dressing them up, then the skin on the print gets too thin and you break through it. But these had a fair bit of filler and a fair bit of paint on them, and they're all right. We've got front wheels and we've got back wheels. About 3 months ago, I went up and got these casts, so that's already been done. I've got a set of castings for this little engine. I've got just about everything I need. Really all else you need is some taps and dies, and they're only basic sizes. This pin here is actually a tap fit and a tapered hole. This is 1/8 Whitworth. These I think are 3mm or 1/8 Whitworth. The drawings have got metric and imperial on it. It really doesn't matter very much. I have gone to the trouble of making a decent safety valve, because the one that's in it, which was basically a screw in a bush, I did make one and I wasn't all that impressed with it, and I was a little bit concerned about the safety. So this has got a 3/16 ball and a spring, and it, as you saw, when it goes off, it just about empties the boiler. But it's safe, and I think it's a good thing. The other huge improvement that I think this needs, and I'm going to design and build, will be a steam or oil takeoff on the steam line. So if you want to run another engine, we'll have somewhere to actually connect that in. So that might be a really good idea, to have a little stationary boiler, or even a traction engine boiler that you can run another engine on. So without any further ado, I'm going to say thanks for jumping on Patreon, and thanks for the support. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's probably been on Patreon for a few months, and we're getting sort of well and truly through the build, and maybe the build's even finished. But if you want to see more of this sort of work, go over and spend the $4 a month. You can take it down at any time if you're not happy, or if you can't do it. And if you miss a couple of months and go back up, the videos are still going to be up there. So it's a pretty good service. All I ask is you don't download the videos and share them, really. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Be kind to each other. And we'll get in and get this started this afternoon, I think. More soon, guys and girls.